Hi, welcome. I am Mike Griggs. I'm the Clinical Mission Integration Manager here with AdventHealth Ocala. I'm very excited today to share with you a AdventHealth Creation Life program that lets us know and features the principle of whole person care. This program is very fun and interactive, and it goes through the initials of creation. And I'm going to get started with this program, and we're going to go through each initial so we can deep dive into each one. Creation Health. This program is for principles of whole person care, which is exciting because our brand is also to feel whole for our patients, our family, and ourselves here at AdventHealth. This program goes through the initials of creation, and those include here on the screen, starting with C, choice, how to take charge and be in control of your life. R is for rest, how to replace chaos with calm through rest and balance. E is for environment, how to create a soothing oasis that nurtures you. Activity, how to stay young through a stronger body and mind through exercise, very important. T is for trust, how to be fearless and confident through your trust in God. I is for interpersonal relationships, how to have happier and stronger relationships. O is for outlook, how to enjoy lasting success through the power of positive expectation. And last but not least is N for nutrition, and how to always have energy and to enjoy your peak performance through good nutrition. This program deep dives in each one of those, and the important motto and theme of this is to live your life to the fullest. That is the motto of this Creation Health. And we're going to deep dive into each one, starting with choice. Choice is choosing a life of meaning and purpose. I love this quote by John Maxwell, one of the leaders here in the U.S. and worldwide, is known worldwide. Life is a matter of choices, and every choice you make makes you. So there's a lot of research on this. Extensive research has shown that heart disease, hypertension, obesity, diabetes, and other certain cancers can be eliminated by healthy choices. These a lot of times are risk factors that you can and do have a choice to improve. Let's look at kind of a scientific model of behavior change. What makes people want to make choices, and how do they do those choices, and how do they stick with them? How do they stick with these choices they make? So this is a Prochaska model. It's a model of behavior change, and we'll go over it very quickly. Many people, before they make a change, they pre-contemplate it. And then they contemplate it. They're aware of the change and they start thinking about it, and they start seeking out support or information. Maybe they start researching or finding ideas how to make that change. And then they prepare for that change. They plan to make it. They get confidence, they get resources, and they start, preparing to make that change. And then the next phase is the action phase. Taking positive steps to make that change and putting the plan into practice. So that's getting on the move. That's when you're starting to make those changes. And many times that can be the hardest part. If you're not seeing small successes, it's challenging. So that action phase is very important, that you continue to put your best effort in and know you can do it. And then finally, for the people that do make changes, the maintenance phase is the last one. They have to achieve the results, and they make it a behavior, and it becomes part of their daily life. So they've made that lifestyle change, and it becomes part of their lifestyle and part of their daily behavior. So that is a neat model of change, and I think all of us can see that in our lives when we were contemplating a change. Okay, the next acronym is REST. Stop the glorification of busy, live in the present. Boy, do we do that a lot, especially with work. Kind of a fun little cartoon here. Learn from yesterday, live for today, look to tomorrow, and rest this afternoon. And what we need to do is broaden our horizons on what rest really provides. You know, rest does not just include your rest at night. However, it is very important, and it is recommended, hopefully, most of us can get 7 to 8 hours of sleep. But rest also includes weekly rest for those that celebrate the Sabbath or use a Sunday or a Saturday to get rest, restoration, reflection, and maybe spending time with family where they actually not just physically rest, but mentally and spiritually can rest. Very important to try to do that once a week. Of course, yearly rest could be a vacation. Hopefully we can get a couple of those in a year, if not at least one. So that's a nice way to rest. And very importantly, studies show this too, is optimal rest also includes daily rest, if not hourly rest sometimes. If you can just take a pause, every hour would be fantastic. Even if you close your eyes or just, reflect on something very positive, that hourly and daily rest is very important too. And studies have shown the people that are most resistant, they can do that. They learn to rest, reflect, and to recharge almost hourly. Another really good quote to finish rest: "There's no pillow so soft as a clear conscience." Okay, let's move into environment. And this is to choose appropriate way to connect with your environment. I think this hits home with a lot of us. Enjoy more green time than screen time. Well, what is screen time? Well, it's a lot of different things. Here's a study in the last approximately 10 years, ending in 2017. Obviously, you can see the graph, and you can see the total hours spent a day in screen time. Obviously going up, it's up to almost 5.9 hours per day in 2017. Now, of course, this does not necessarily just mean television or your laptop, but it also includes mobile devices, which have become very popular. And if you look at the breakdown, you can see the trend in mobile is going much higher, of course. And desktop and laptop screen time is actually kind of going down just a little bit, but it's going down. But this is a nice little graph to show where we are spending, our digital age and screen time throughout the day. And absolutely, research has shown that the more we learn to appreciate and connect with our natural environment, the more benefits we'll experience in our lives. Being able to be outside, enjoying nature, enjoying the fresh air, the sunshine. Those are core things that have been given to us. We need to enjoy those. So what I've put here is just some 5 practical steps to energize your environment. Sight. Add some beautiful sights to your personal world. Place a plant on your desk or kitchen. Hang a calendar or one of your favorite photographs of family or of nature on the wall. Try to catch some sunrises and sunsets. So that's a great way to, use sight to energize yourself. Sounds. Add peaceful sounds to your life. Something that brings you peace. Some nice music. And honestly, sometimes silence is the best remedy for an overstimulated day. Tough day, and you've got to commute, or you just want to spend time alone. Silence is also really good. Touch. Reach out to one of your friends' arm when you engage in conversation. Ask for or give appropriate hugs. Choose clothing that feels good for you. Maybe that doesn't just look good. And of course, maybe pamper yourself with a hot bath or a massage at the end of the day. That's always really nice. Taste. Be adventurous. Eat a variety of foods. Taste those natural flavors that foods provide. And maybe try new things to reveal new tastes. Lastly, smell. Environmental aromas like pine and flowers, essential oils. Those can all bring a sense of calm on a tough day. Let's go into activity. A. Choose an active life. Be more alert, energetic, happy, and have close relationships. One of our most critical resources is our energy. And a lot of us, we fail to manage it effectively. How do we recharge so that we can have energy for the day or for the next hour or for a task ahead of us? So yes, of course, question, why be active? Why is it important? Well, research has shown people that are active are more alert, they're more energetic, they have better relationships. And yeah, absolutely, there's definitely a decreased risk of a lot of types of diseases. We talked about that in Choice when we were on C with Choice. You can eliminate and defer a lot of chronic diseases when you make good choices. One being active, and we'll hit another one being later in nutrition. So what kind of activity and how much of it? Well, recent research has shown too, you really need to be semi-active almost every hour. So you would want to get up and move those small and large muscle groups throughout the day, certainly within the hour if you're at a desk job or you sit around a lot. You do want to incorporate getting your body moving, okay? Even taking 15-minute activity breaks. Now, if you want to be more active, of course, you can take the stairs, not the elevator. These are just kind of strategic ways to be a little more active, because you have to be strategic about it, because we all know it can be very easy to stay inactive. Take a walk after lunch. Maybe walk to another department or across campus if you need to. And again, take a stretch break every few times you're at your desk. Try to do it every hour. There's a really neat program American Heart does. It's sit for 60, move for 3. And what that does is to encourage you to move 3 minutes out of every hour, or try to move 1 minute, 1 minute out of every 20 minutes of your day. And for those that they maybe go somewhere and are active, maybe outside or to a gym, there's a really neat acronym to be FIT, and that's FITT. And what that does is it allows you to really change things up a little bit, I guess to say. And you would want to do that, and it's called frequency, intensity, time, and type. And what that means is, let's use walking for example, which is one of the best exercises you can do. If you walk, let's say the same route, the same speed, the same time, and maybe the same intensity every day, that is still, of course, really good. But maybe switch it up a little bit. Maybe Monday and Wednesday and Fridays, you could walk a longer duration, let's say maybe for 45 minutes at a moderate intensity. But maybe Tuesday, Thursdays, only walk for 20 to 25 minutes at a very high intensity to really switch that up a little bit. And then maybe your type of workout, maybe instead of walking every day, maybe every other day incorporate a bike ride or swimming or strength conditioning. So studies have shown if you work on this frequency, intensity, time, and type with your activity, it really does help benefit you. And if you're trying to maybe lose weight, this is a really good program to do to switch things up. Okay, let's go to trust, T. And that's to choose and nurture and trust our relationships with people, our friends, and our family. Good quote here. Trust is like an eraser. It gets smaller and smaller after every mistake. Isn't that true? So let's look at some of the neat ways to nurture and grow trust with family, friends, coworkers. And the key is open communication. That's a really big thing in the working world, is to be able to communicate to your supervisors, to your staff, your coworkers, to your patients. A lot of times this involves paying attention and really seeing how others are feeling and listening with empathy, so that you can really understand and hear what others are saying. And then you yourself, you're going to want to be able to express your needs and concerns, or maybe some of your differences. You want to be able to express those and feel safe to do that in a very good open communication. And then, of course, allows everyone to express their love and admiration of each other. Open communication will only happen if you feel comfortable and confident with that person or with that group. This is a neat graph, and we got this graph out of our physician well-being conference this last spring, and it shows you a small model of how you can transform trust with people you work with or live with. And we've all known very trustworthy people, and we all want to be trustworthy. What this graph shows you is the more authentic and the more dependable you come while being trustworthy, you want to work your way into that far right circle to be influential. So we can probably think of someone or many people that we have trusted in our lives, and they have those attributes. They're authentic, dependable, trustworthy, and ultimately they influence us. They've influenced us in very good ways, and we want to become those kind of people as well when we have people that trust us. So really neat graph. Let's go into I, interpersonal relationships. It's my favorite letter. I'm a relational person, really enjoy it. I think this is a really fun one that's got a lot of great information. And it's, again, choosing to reach out to others and to be reachable, to be approachable, to connect and have a relationship with people. And this is one of the cores of creation health. And you can see it surrounded by all the other letters, but yeah, interpersonal relationships works and is surrounded by all these other letters. So yeah, really neat. A study of over 300,000 people found that lack of strong relationships increased premature death by 50%, and that's a lot. And that relates to that's comparable to smoking 15 cigarettes a day. It's greater than obesity, and it's greater than physical inactivity. Is not having a strong relationship with someone, with your family or with your coworkers. Very, very important. So let's look at this graph. This is also very interesting. What drives joy at work? What makes people happy at work? The three main things are harmony, impact, and acknowledgement. So I'll just review a couple of them. Let's look at the lowest one that does not bring joy, and it would be my talents are not utilized effectively at work. And maybe another low one here would be my role is critical to the success of a team. If you don't feel like your role or your input or your efforts are going very far, that's very difficult. But let's look at some of the things that really bring joy to people at work. The number one, I understand my role and the role of others on the team. You're going to see a neat teamwork trend here. There's strong bonds within the team. My talents are used effectively. My role is critical, and I understand my role with work, how important that is. And then, of course, shared successes. 75% that shared successes are celebrated across the team. Really neat. Okay, outlook. Choose to see others and a God as sacred. Great quote here. People are about as happy as they make up their minds to be, by Abraham Lincoln. Isn't that true? Got a fun little comic here for you. Wise man, why do I feel unhappy? And he says, do you know yourself? Yes, says Hagar. Well, there's your answer. Taking a gratitude minute or a gratitude journal, being grateful and either expressing that verbally, writing it down, or just mentally compartmentalizing it and enjoying the gratitude you can see in yourself every day and all day. Did you know expressing gratitude increases your happiness by 25%? I'd say even more than that maybe. But yeah, one study has participants write down 5 things they were grateful for once per day. And 10 weeks later, they were 25% happier. There's a neat program out of Duke LifePoint as well. They have coworkers and people write down 2 good things. It's called 2 Good Things, and they have seen similar results too. That after a few months of writing 2 good things down every day, The individuals feel happier, more joy, and the teams do as well. The teams do the same thing and they feel great. Another nice thing about AdventHealth is for all of our outpatient customers, we do a spiritual wholeness screening question. And these are really neat. So this really kind of digs a little deeper and asks and lets the patients know we do care more than just about the body. We want to help you with your mind and your spirit as well. And there are 3 questions we ask every patient every time, and they're right out of Galatians 5:22 and 23, and then love, joy, and peace. And this spiritual wholeness screening is a mission-driven best practice, and it has been going on for over 2 years with AdventHealth Outpatient, and it's been going wonderfully. So we ask every patient every time if they have someone that loves and cares for them, if they have a source of joy in their life, and if they have a sense of peace today. And if a patient is struggling or maybe they don't have that day, then we find them resources. We find them local resources, we find them AdventHealth resources, all for free, and we can refer them and help them, not just in body, but also mind and spirit. And it has been a wonderful program, and this really has helped tap into a better outlook for a lot of our patients. So I wanted to share that. Last but not least is nutrition. Eat for energy and eat for life. This is also one of my favorites. Got a really funny comic here. I like this one. And it's the shark saying, now remember everyone, portion control. We've all heard of portion control before. So let's dig into that. Eating the right amount. Many studies have shown if you can eat the right amount, whether you can, a lot of times called grazing, or you can eat several smaller meals throughout the day instead of having maybe 2 or 3 really large meals. That really does help with maintaining your weight. So the graph here on the left, we show kind of a plate of food. We're trying to simplify things and make it visually look a lot easier. So you're going to want about 40% of your calories per day or one of your meals to be grains, whole grains, healthy grains, non-processed foods. And of course, the other almost half, 40%, fruits and vegetables, whole foods, very important. Your body really likes whole foods. Whole foods tend to, the nutrients absorb in your body better versus the processed foods, which are kind of man-made foods, packaged foods. So fruits and vegetables, whole foods are just the best thing your body can have. And then lastly, 20% protein-rich foods. And you'd want to focus on the leaner kind of proteins, whether it's the white meats like chicken or fish. Red meat, just you'd want to limit that to maybe once or twice a week at the most. But having a balanced plan for nutrition on your plate is really important. So a lot of people ask too, and obviously this is kind of a simple view of the plate to your right, how much? What's a serving size? How much do I eat? So it's been simplified really nicely from the USDA, and it's about the palm of your hand. That's about a serving size. So it's relative. It relates to the size of the person, but you would want each serving of grains, fruits, veggies, and protein to be about the palm of your hand. And I discussed eating the right foods, eating whole foods, very important. These are foods that God has given us on this earth to enjoy and to eat. They're very nutrient rich. There's lots of fiber, lots of water content in these whole foods versus, again, processed foods or foods that are packaged and man-made and have a very long ingredient list if you look at those. And that's why I wanted to talk about this 80-20 rule. Very good, because we can't be perfect, and we're not going to be perfect with our nutrition, but if we can be really close, if we can eat probably 80% of our foods, our need foods, or foods we really do need, then you're doing great. And again, those foods would include fresh fruits and vegetables, grains, low-fat dairy, lean protein, and then of course, 20% or 10% of the time. We can certainly enjoy those things that, of course, taste really good. But those are the packaged and processed foods, you know, sweets and desserts and chips and French fries, sweetened beverages. Those are things you would want to limit. Maybe not exclude, because it's very difficult for a lot of people to just completely exclude them, but to just, you know, try to eat really well with the 80-20 rule. Well, I really appreciate the time you've given me to go over Creation Health and to share the acronym and the different features that it provides. And what this is, again, is to allow you to live your life to the fullest and try to use those letters each and every day and focus on something each day that you can really work on through Creation Health. I appreciate your time. You have a great day, and enjoy it.